Hello good people, my name is Tatenda, Chiwanga and Zimbabwe. So on this channel we talk about business until we start making that money. Today I want to talk about the diaspora, right? So these are Zimbabweans who are living outside. The diaspora is real Zimbabwean. What are my Zimbabweans at a good diaspora? So diaspora is very Zimbabwean shit. But in this case, we're talking about our brothers and sisters who are living abroad and what part they can play in this economy of Zimbabwe. So when we take a look at the amount of money that they're sending back home to their brothers and sisters as remittances, you'd find that it's a substantial amount, millions and millions worth of monies that are being sent back home. So, and I'm aware that at this moment we've got groups and cooperatives, people coming together to try and build a strategy of investing back home. Some people want to get into farming, some people want to get into other infrastructure, some people want to get into mining and other projects as well. So I'm going to give my 2 cents in the matter and what I think most efforts should be targeted at, because I know that a lot of people who are in the diaspora get back home. So some expectations may not be very realistic. So at this moment, where are we as Zimbabwe? So we are consuming more than we are producing for export, which is a very bad sequence. So that is one indicator that our economy is heading down. So what do we need to do? Boost things that we sell abroad for more income. So what are these things? We've got farming, we've got mining. These are the things that we can do now. There are other ideas about value addition. So you've mined gold, you make it into a necklace and sell it on, or you farm tobacco, make a cigarette, then sell it outside. Value addition. That works, but that will take time for us to get to a comfortable position where we can actually do that. But at this time, we've got things we can do, and that is selling our minerals as they are and selling our produce from farming as it is. There is a good effort that the government has put in place to try and add value to diamonds and sell them abroad, which is fine and good, and I commend them for doing that. But whether it's going to be done in a way that benefits everyone, we soon shall see. And so as a person in the diaspora, you're thinking about investing in Zimbabwe, what can you target? I would encourage people to target gold mining. Why specifically gold? Is because it has got a good midpoint in terms of investment and returns, and the time to receive returns. Because with a good mine, we're talking about returns within 6 months and going yonder. When we talk about things like platinum, they need more planning to get in, and it's a bit of, I would call it a niche market. It's not for everyone. It's not easily sold anywhere just like that. If it is, then maybe I'm not quite sure what I'm talking about. But we've got things like iron, which need to be mined in volume. So you'd find that the expenses and the amount of capital that is needed initially is very high. But for gold, small scale mining is quite profitable, and these are things that can benefit you and the economy at the same time. And farming, we've got tobacco. Tobacco is a very important plant, but our economy, how it was set up back in the day, tobacco was the biggest puller of foreign currency. Gold, iron, any mineral was under tobacco. And I feel like we are going to get to that position again, where tobacco can be produced in mass volumes to an extent that my minerals also in Zimbabwe when it comes to export. So what would I encourage people in the UK or in the Americas or Australia to do? If you're coming together, try to centralize your efforts on these 2 things, either mining or Kurima tobacco. And if you can start Kurima tobacco, then the better, because just imagine that if 2 million Zimbabweans are to invest, let's say $10 a month, that's about 240 million pagore. 240 million inorima. Let's just work it out. I know this is just straight line economics, but it will give you perspective of where I'm coming from. The 240 million divided by 5,000 US dollars, the 1 hectare of tobacco. That will be 48,000 hectares, and multiply that by, let's say, 3 tons per hectare. So you produce about 144 million kgs. Then try to multiply by $4 a kilo. That's so like the midpoint kind of tobacco. Just okay. So we get this amount, 576 million in terms of revenue, and this is just a price of tobacco flow. Just imagine if you're then exporting this, you're exporting at $7 a kilo, $8 a kilo, going up. So already you can see that the figures are doable, right? In terms of someone being serious in investing, command agriculture, so this would benefit the economy. The monies that come back, these are creating employment. They are invested in other businesses, mining. Then our industry start to grow. Tava kurima tobacco, tutanga kurima cotton, tutanga kurima chibage later, because things like maize are produced for consumption, and I feel like they're not even that important, because we've got countries like Brazil who are producing chibage at a cheaper rate than what we input per hectare. So you can buy it cheaper than kuchirima, which I think makes more economic sense. Let's concentrate on things that bring in money, right? Even if we import a bit of grain, you realize that we can offset that from our produce. Then people don't waste time pretty much baggy, because I feel like it is a waste of time. If you could then that's fine, but I'm not saying don't do much bag. It's just perspective. And that's all I had to say today. I would like to hear what you think. Which projects would you encourage people in the diaspora to start focusing on, and what strategies would you imply in these things? So I'd like to hear your comments in the comment section below. Let's get talking, and until next time, see you again.